Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with StewiejP. I'm Stewie, you're not, and neither's this bloke. This is MatchyHK. He's back from a well-deserved rest. He's back on the World of Tanks and he's running around in the Tier 9. Chinese Light Tank the WZ132a. I've only just got this tank and it looks pretty groovy indeed. You can see he's running food as a premium consumable, which will help with his view range, his speed, his camouflage rating, rate of fire and aim time and all that kind of stuff. 320 average damage in the 100mm gun, 220 penetration, if that's not enough, 248 with APCR rounds, which are premium rounds in this tank. He just puts a nice shot for 348 hit points of damage. A bit of a high roll there into the M41 Walker Bulldog, it's Tier 8 now, the Walker Bulldog, and this is going to be a bit of a spoiler alert. This is going to be a bit of a long video. I've got 4 replays from MatchyHK. He's in Ray's clan. Ray's clan, one of the active clan war clans on the Asia server. They do the some of the later battles. I believe Matchy plays out of Hong Kong. He puts a beautiful shot into the E50, the Tier 9 German medium tank. He's on Stalingrad. He's just waiting for his moment to pounce here. Lots of enemy tanks on this eastern flank. Not many on the west, and that's where most of his teammates are. So he doesn't want to be YOLOing in too fast here. He wants to help these tanks that are defending the east chip away at the health of these enemy tanks. He gets a nice shot into the baby Batchat, the Batchat 25 TAP. Bit of a low roll, 274 for that one, but that's RNG, I guess. Lots of tanks on this flank. He knows he can't do it alone. He is top tier in this game, just 5 Tier 9 tanks on each side, and he's teamed down by 1 as the IS-3 goes down in that east. Looking at the mini-map, you can see lots of friendly tanks on the western side, not many enemy tanks. They pretty confidently say they're going to win that fight, but it's a different story on the east. 2-1's a score as he fires clutch towards one of those medium tanks, either the Walker Bulldog or the E50, and he needs to disengage with that eastern fight because they're vastly outnumbered. And it looks like he's thinking, well, might as well help these blokes push the west and just smash through and make sure we win that one quickly and comprehensively as he's aiming towards that tank destroyer. It looks like it's the Stridsvagen, the new Swedish TD, just pulling back, taking his time here. His team have lost a few tanks. It's back to 5 apiece in this battle, and you can see why. They're just getting hammered on the east. He's just doesn't manage to penetrate the Carnarvon, was it, that he was just aiming at? He's aiming towards the top of the E50. This will be a good shot if it goes in. That one goes through for 330 damage into the E50. He wants to try and get rid of these top tier tanks. 6-all is the score. They've won this west quite comprehensively as predicted, but the east is looking like they're in a world of trouble. They're down by a tank now. Even though they really smashed through this western flank, the east just crumbled. 7-all is the score. They were down by a tank just a minute ago. And a lot of map pinging going on now. Matchy advising his team, we need to get back to the base because they're going to be, we don't want to get capped out here. 7-all is the score. He's on 1290 damage. He's just waiting for his opportunity to pounce here. Clearly looking at that Carnarvon, a nice soft juicy target on the rear. Puts a shell into the Tier 8 British heavy tank, but he cops a shot from behind from that FCM, the premium French heavy. Auto aims on the baby Batchat, but continues to run because he doesn't want to get outnumbered here. A little bit of off-road driving on the piles of rubble on Stalingrad. Fires clutch towards a T25 Pilot, the premium Tier 8 American medium tank, but doesn't quite land the shot. And now again he's identifying where the advantage is, and the advantage is down here against his T30. He wants to help his team get rid of the top tier American tank destroyer, the T30, the one that leads to the E4. The score's 8-all, so it's still anybody's game. Shoots and misses the FCM 50-ton premium Tier 8 French heavy tank. Looking for a tracking shot. Loses his gun, but he fixes it with a quick tap of the 5 key, and he's auto aims on that baby Batchat. Puts one shot into him. before the Waffenträger Alf Panzer 4 picks up the kill. And then he goes down to that FCM. 9-11 is the score. Matchy's on 2,602 hit points of damage. He's running around like a man possessed. Have a look at him. He thinks, I'm going to have to do this all by myself here. Bounces the Stridsvagn 103-0, the Tier 9 Swedish tank destroyer. 10-2's the score. Only 3 tanks left on his side. That's Matchy in the WZ132a. The Tier 9 American artillery and that IS-3, who's looking like he hasn't got much health, that IS-3. Looks like he's in the world of strife. He's stunned and getting attention from that Carnarvon. Actually pulling back to try and help defend that IS-3, but that IS-3 is not going to last too much longer. Cops a shot from that Stridsvagn and puts a shell into the Carnarvon, and the IS-3 finishes off the kill. He's on 3,256 damage, MatchyHK. That artillery is driving around like a madman. Probably knows he's been lit. He knows his days might be numbered, but especially with that Stridsvagn on full health. Matchy waiting till the Stridsvagn shows him his side, and here we go. He needs to stay behind that tank destroyer. The M53, M55 unintentionally kills the IS-3 before going down to the T-30. Bad luck for that artillery. He was trying to do the right thing and help the IS-3, but the shot didn't quite land. Doesn't worry about aiming, picks up the kill on the T-30, and now it's a 1 versus 2. 13-14's the score. Matchy's on 2 kills. He killed the T-30, and who else did he kill? Someone else not too long ago. He's on 3,861 damage. What's left? The FCM50T, who from memory is on pretty low health. Matchy has put a few shots into the Tier 8 premium heavy French tank, but he's only on 418 hit points himself, so he needs to be reasonably careful. He certainly doesn't want to get hit by that artillery. The FCM was last spotted down here at G1, G2. And now Matchy is can continue to probably stay away from the FC and maybe try and get rid of the Arty first. Maybe that's what he's thinking as he's looking towards the eastern flank of Stalingrad. Now MatchyHK from Raids Clan. He's also a Twitch streamer. He's got a Twitch channel which I'll stick a link to in the video below. He's an absolutely fantastic player and a hell of a nice guy as well. I guess it's no surprise the FCM went for the cap, which is forcing MatchyHK to go back there and obviously make sure he doesn't cap this one out. Reloads APCR rounds, which is interesting. You wouldn't think he'd have too much trouble penetrating the French heavy tank. It's a heavy tank in name only. It's not known for its armour, the FCM52. Comes around this way where he knows artillery shouldn't be able to hit him. Puts one shot into the FCM. One more shot should be enough. Is he going to poke that same corner again and risk a hit? Looks like the FCM's running. Now Matchy can afford to take a hit. He does take a hit for 244 hit points of damage, and that was artillery he just heard go off, so we know Arty's just fired. He switches back to standard ammunition to try and finish off that M53, M55, the Tier 9 American artillery piece. 14 all is the score. He's on 4,432 hit points of damage, plus a little bit of assisted, and he's not stuffing around. He's going straight through the guts of Stalingrad. He wants to find out where that artillery is. Probably not a bad move going straight down the middle. You'd imagine Arty would expect him either to come from the east or the west. Trips the cap, which is an interesting plan. So that's going to probably tell. Obviously, it's going to tell the artillery where he is, but it's going to force the Arty to aim at the cap circle. Is he going to try and cap this one out? 1 minute and 20 seconds until the cap gets captured. 5 minutes and 20 left on the game timer. Of course, you can catch Matchy on Twitch. The link will be in the video description below, and he loves playing his lights and his medium tanks and his heavies. just driving around in circles, hoping to lure the M53, M55 to him. It is quite an open cap, so you'd imagine he would have to spot that artillery piece before he got spotted himself. Keeps moving around. There he is. Does get lit himself, and he zooms out to see, just to look at the way. He's not gonna try and take him on frontally, is he? No, it looks like he's gonna stay here. He can't get hit until that arty pulls around the corner, and he gets one shell into the American artillery piece. Oh, he tracks him for his second shot. Now Artie's side stuff is for a game of Skittles. Going around the corner, looks like Artie just fired, and in the end, Matchy picks up his 4th kill and confirms the win. I must say that was looking a little bit iffy at one stage when the eastern flank went down, but not a bad result for MatchyHK from RaceClan. In the WZ132a, the Tier 9 Chinese light tank, it's an ace tanker mastery badge, bruiser, duelist, fighter, fire for effect, did plenty of damage to those tanks. 4,776 hit points of damage for his 4 kills in that Tier 9 battle. 1346 base experience, didn't quite get the high caliber, which is interesting, but he did more than double what anybody else did. However, I guess he didn't quite get 20% of those hit points. There were a couple that hit 2,000, one that nearly hit 2,000. He lost credits, 30,500. That's because he had premium consumables running, as well as I think he had a premium repair kit that he used, and a little bit of APCR. But a very, very good game. The WZ132 on Stalingrad, who says that light tanks can't do well on city maps. This one's not a city map though. We're on Redshire now in a Tier 10 battle. You can see MatchyHK is platooned up with his old mate Pang Pang in the Centurion 7-1, the Tier 9 British medium tank. He's on a mission. He's on a mission for the Light Tank 14, which his platoon needs to do 6,000 assisted damage as a platoon. Now the platoon, whatever assisted damage the platoon mate does, will count. You can do it on your own, of course, but 6,000 assisted damage. Now that's the personal mission, which is for the Object 260, the same missions I'm working on. And now MatchyHK just kicking back in these bushes here on Redshire. He would have been spotted then. His 6th sense should go off. It does. He's already picked up 882 assisted damage himself. Of course, remember the mission is to do 6,000. But of course, whatever his platoon mate Pang Pang gets in the Centurion 7-1, that counts as well. Cops a shot from the E50. I reckon he thought he was unspotted then when the German Tier 9 heavy tank shot him. So he stays behind this house trying to stay unspotted. Fires towards where the E50 was last seen, but of course that E50 is no longer lit. It looks like, I'd say, Matchy's probably spotting the pilot, and of course that baby Batchat, the Batchat 12T, the Tier 8 light tank, one of the new Tier 8 light tanks. He stays in these bushes trying to make it so that he doesn't get lit. Of course, that French Tier 8 light tank does have a pretty good view range. He spots the T-34 as well back here, and this is a very good spot. This is a position where I came very close to getting the T-55A using this position in, I think it was the German premium light tank that I did that one. I think I ended up being about 20 or 30 hit points off getting the T-55A for the light tank mission 15. But this is the 4th set of missions. This is the mission for the Object 260. Needs to get 6,000 assisted damage as a platoon. 1 zip is a score. He's already picked up 2,500, or nearly 2,500 hit points of assisted damage in the WZ132a. I don't think I've played this tank yet. Not at least not when I'm recording this one. I haven't played it. And Matchy deciding, looking at the minimap, you can see a lot of enemy tanks in the east. But however, the west has been won by his team quite convincingly. You can see the Hawk 12, the T-54 and the Centurion all moving down towards the cap circle. The score on 1 zip. He wants to continue with the vision. He spots the WZ, the Waffenträger Auf Panzer IV, hits a T key to request fire on it. Now, I'm not sure if damage that Matchy does counts in this mission. I've got a feeling it doesn't. It does for the final mission. It certainly does for the final mission. I'm not really sure about for the platoon mission. 1 zips the score. He's already up to 3,331 hit points of assisted damage. Looks around, gets another 300 hit points of assisted damage on that Waffenträger Auf Panzer IV. He's down to about 20 odd hit points and fires towards that big clump of heavy tanks on the eastern side of the map. 4 zips the score. MatchyHK from Race Clan. He gets spotted, possibly by that Waffenträger, but maybe the T25 Pilot 1's come back. I wouldn't be surprised if he did with the score on 5 zip. In this Tier 10 battle, that T25 Pilot 1 would certainly be a little bit... feeling a little bit concerned for his team. 6 zip is the score. He's up to 4,780 hit points of damage. He just picked up a heap of assisted damage on to... I think it was the T34. Gets spotting damage all the way. He's up to nearly 5,500 assisted damage. Now, who knows what his platoon mate's doing? His platoon mate's not really in a position to get assisted damage, but he loses his head to the T34. His head just exploded there, but just before his head went off, you saw how much assisted damage he had going on, and I reckon he would have been pretty happy with that. An unlucky shot for MatchyHK. Even Unicums sometimes get their head blown off by big shells, and you just saw his turret go flying on the other way as he's looking through to a few other different people's points of view for the remainder of the game. 14-3, 15-3. In the end, pretty much a clean sweep. But look at that assisted damage now, over 7,000 assisted damage. So it didn't really matter in the end what his platoon mate did. He only picked up a second class mastery badge, and when I say second class, let's not take anything away from MatchyHK. He picked up patrol duty medal, and of course a spotter medal for picking up all that assisted damage. And in the end, he got Light Tank number 14. He got the mission, but I think the reason he's put bad luck in the description of the replay is because he... I think the secondary condition was to survive, not just win, but survive. 8,466 assisted damage. In the WZ132a, he did pick up 992 damage as well. Looks like one of those blind shots might have went through. Made plenty of coin because, of course, you don't have to pay for the ammunition if you don't need it. He didn't need to. He didn't need to pay for his repair kit because he got his head blown off by that T34 towards the end. As we move on to the third battle in this foursome featuring MatchyHK from Raise Clan. This time he's on Light Tank 15. You saw him pick up mission 14. Which was to do 6,000 assisted damage in a platoon. Well, he did it on his own. He did over 8,000 assisted damage. Unlucky, it was only a second class. I don't know how it was only a second class with about 8,500 assisted damage, plus the 900 odd that he did himself. What are we on now? This one is Westfield, and he's on Light Tank mission number 15, the Aggressive Recon Specialist. Again, this is for the Object 260, and he needs to get 8,000 assisted damage. Now, obviously this one, the platoon mates don't count, but he is in a platoon with Pang Pang again in the E50 at tier 9, and of course SVBB from DPS. Who knew it? DPS still going around. DPS, I think it's a retirement village for Unicums. That's what people tell me anyway. Got some good vision out towards the east. Not sure, I missed whether or not how many of those tanks he spotted. Gets a bit of assisted on the Lorraine and the Batchat. He's just going to kick back in this bush for a little while, I think, trying to get some vision across that valley, across that bridge to whatever tanks might be camping up there. There's a nice handy one, 735. And he also lights up the T54E1. Haven't seen this position used before on Red Shide, but MatchyHK from Rage Clan is a much better tanker than I am, that's for sure. He's picking up assisted damage left, right and centre. He's up to nearly 1,600, and he's still got good vision on those medium tanks. That T54E1, the reason he's not spotting him is because there's a lot of bushes between the T54E1 and these guys. So Matchy picking up the assisted damage up to 2.5 now. What's his mission again? His mission is to do 8,000 assisted damage. Now, of course, in this final mission for the Object 260, same as the other Light 15 missions, 1, 2, and 3. Any damage you do yourself counts. So even though the mission might say, oh, is he going to take the kill? He's tempted. Look at him. I would have fired and been lit and died if that had been me. It's no secret. That's the kind of crap I do. 2,500 assisted damage so far. He's on a mission to get 8,000. Pardon me. He's on red side. They're winning 2-1. One of his platoon mates, SVBB in the AMX-30, has picked up a kill on that 251. The Fock goes down on the other side of the map, and Matchy picking up more assisted damage into the SDRV-S1, the premium Tier 8 Swedish tank destroyer. 2-all's the score. He's staying in this position. He's clearly got a very good camouflage crew, and using the premium consumable of, I call it Chinese food. What is it? Improved combat rations. That's obviously going to give him a little bit more view range and also make him a little bit harder to spot from the enemy side. 2-all's the score. He's on 3,417 assisted damage. Now remember, any damage that he does will count. He aims towards the Lorraine, picks it, gets him for 357, doesn't get spotted, so he thinks, well, might as well farm a bit more damage, but that shot goes a little bit high. This is where he's using these circles to his advantage. That circle is what you can see, and he's pretty confident that he's got a better view range than those enemy tanks. So even though those enemy tanks are just inside his circle, he reckons they can't spot him when he shoots at him. 4-all's the score. That's Stritchwagon S1, the premium TD. That's who lit MatchyHK from Ray's clan when he was just spotted not so long ago. Looks for a shot on the grill. There's nothing really there. There is another shot. Another opportunity to put a shot into the Lorraine 40T, and of course now that tank destroyer's not there, he's not getting spotted. So this is just free damage from MatchyHK. Even though the other side's going down, it's back to 6 apiece. They were down by 1 or 2 tanks not too long ago. He's looking at that grill. He wants to get rid of that tier 10 gun out of the game. Can't quite see him. He's got the pillars of that bridge between him and the German tank destroyer. Auto aims on the Lorraine, but the T-54E1 picks up the kill. Matchy does get spotted, and luckily that grill's not aiming his way, so he puts a shot into the side of his tracks. 7-all's the score. He's on 1,257 damage. He's picked up over 4,000 assisted damage, so he'll be fancying himself for this mission. He needs to do 8,000. That's a combination of assisted damage or the damage he does. I'm 100% sure that counts. He advises the grill to fall back because that Object 268 is getting pushed up there in the central western part of the map. He goes down. Now there is an AMX CDC on cap, pinging for help. He shoots the FV215P183 but doesn't manage to pick up the kill. He's only on 6 hit points. Looking at the AMX M449, the premium French heavy tank. He does get spotted, but he wants to get another shot off. He wants someone else to shoot him, get that assisted damage up. He's up to 4.5. Somebody does for 409 damage. Keeps the undulations of the land in between him and that French heavy tank so he can't get shot. He wants to move around a bit, so lots of guns up here, but of course a lot of them are tank destroyers with not very good vision. Puts a shot into the side of the Jag Tiger at tier 9, gets spotted again. He doesn't want that FV215P183 Death Star to shoot him. The AMX CDC looks like he's not going to leave the cap. He's up to 5,625. Make that nearly 6,000 assisted damage. What's the mission? 8,000. He's not far off this at all because he's done 1,926 hit points of damage himself. He'll be hoping he doesn't cap. Looks like the WZ132a 1-4 might be trying to reset the cap, so Matchy will be actually quite happy about that because he doesn't want this game to cap out. He's still got some more damage to get. He needs to get up to 8,000, which is no mean task. He misses his shot on the Type 4 Heavy. It looks like lots of enemy tanks are coming back to try and reset the cap. Type 4 Shoots and misses. He loses his fuel tank to the WZ132a 1-4. He's up to 6,749 assisted damage, plus nearly 2,000 damage that he's done. I reckon he might already have this mission. Secondary condition is to survive, so he needs to make sure he survives that. Gets even more assisted damage into the Type 4 Heavy, taking his assisted damage up to 7,084. He doesn't want to die though. Looks towards the Tiger, doesn't quite land the shot. What's up there? The WZ132a 1-4. He could certainly ruin Matchy's day. As Matchy looks towards the CDC, puts a shot into him, takes his damage up to 2252. And the E50 is good old platoon mate Pang Pang. Looks like he's picked up a ram kill there, which is always pretty excited. 7,166 assisted damage for MatchyHK, plus 2,254. He'll be pretty happy with this performance. He doesn't want to die though. These last missions, you want to get these last missions with honours. Look, I'll be honest, if this was me, I'd be getting the hell out of there and not trying to do anything else. Picks up another 325 into the WZ132a 1-4, the heavy Chinese tank. But there's no way in the world I would be risking my life if this was me. Looks like the WZ's down to 39 health. Matchy picks up the kill. Thank you very much. And that will be the mission, the final light tank mission for the Object 260 with honours. It looks like with honours, because he certainly certainly won and survived the battle. I don't think you need to win the game, but you certainly need to survive it. Only an ace tanker. It goes to show how many people must be playing this tank, the WZ132a, on the way to the new Chinese Tier 10, or all the Tier 10 light tanks, which are all pretty look pretty groovy. He's got the spotter medal, bruiser, fire for effect, Confederate and patrol duty. Did an absolute shitload of assisted damage. 2,616 damage done for his kill. He top scored with 1264 base experience, 7,166 assisted damage. You add 2,500 to that, and that's not far off 10,000 combined. And I'd be pretty excited if I was Matchy. He made a bit of coin too. Didn't have to fire too much APCR rounds. I think it was just at the end when he was firing APCR. But MatchyHK with his faithful platoon mates SVBB from DPS Clan in the AMX-30 and Pang Pang in the Object 430 Mark II. That's a tank I'm playing a lot of. He would have been pretty excited to pick up that light tank. The final mission for the Object 260 for the light tank missions, doing 8,000 combined spotting and assisted damage. And not only is it's another step towards picking up a tank, picking up that Tier 10 Object 260, but it's also you get the female crew members, which is a nice little bonus. Anyway, this is another game. This time we're on Muravanka, and he's getting himself into a nice aggressive position on Muravanka, trying to light up the enemy teams. He's on another mission to do 12 hits. Now, I'm tipping that he's already completed this and he's just trying to complete it with honours. To do 12 shots to the same tier or higher, and maybe he didn't do the secondary condition last time he completed it, because of course you've got to complete all the missions before you can get to mission number 15. The T55A Squawk is on an absolute rampage. 3 arties, they've all been lit. And you know what it's like when artillery gets spotted. People just say, "You beauty, we need to get rid of these clickers." Matchy puts a shot into, or kills the Object 261, kills the GWE100. Is he going to get all 3? Is he going to get the trifecta? No, he's not. The Batchat 15558. You know what artillery players are like. When they see another one, they lock and load pretty quickly. 3 zips a score already on Muravanka. MatchyHK puts a shot into the Stridsvagn 103B, the Tier 10 Swedish tank destroyer. It's the one with that groovy suspension. Looks like he might be getting ready to line Matchy up. He shoots him, takes him for a critical hit. He does take a shot from the T54 lightweight on the enemy side, who hasn't been lit for a while. Looks like he was running away with that Stridsvagn 103B. 3 zips a score in this game. He's already picked up 1420 assisted damage, and he's picked up 783 damage himself. He's looking towards that E4 by the looks of it. Wants to get behind the American tank destroyer. The Emil 2 picks up the kill on the T110E4, or the T110E4. Somebody mentioned the way I mentioned these, the way I pronounced these American tanks a while ago. That's probably a more correct way of saying it. Anyway, 5-2's the score. MatchyHK from Raise Clan. Don't forget to check him out on Twitch. There will be a link in the video description if I remember, and I reckon I will. Looking towards that lightweight. Fires clutch but doesn't land it. 6-3's the score. He's on 1,082 damage, 1420 assisted, but he's just getting warmed up. We've seen Matchy pick up 2 light tank missions for the Object 260, Light Tank 14, where he needed to do 8,000 assisted damage in a platoon, and he did it all himself. And of course the final one where you need to do 8,000 on your own, which he did it with ease. 8,000 combined damage done and assisted. He did that one in a very good way, using this tank, the WZ132a, the new Chinese Tier 9 light tank. Well, it's not that new now, is it? I probably should stop calling these Tier 9 and 10 lights new, because they've been around for a little while. T55A, calling people noobs, which is what people do when they die. He was very aggressive in the north though, that T55A. It's a pretty groovy tank though. I haven't had the best luck with the T55A, but I know I was high-fiving all the way when I finally picked it up last year. I think it might have been. 6-4 the score. 6-4's the score on River Venkat. Lots of... Looks like this is not an unusual situation. You often see one side take the Magic Forest and the other side take the West. 3 artilleries on Matchy's side. All the artilleries on the enemy side have been taken out in the early run. Object 261, letting his teammates know that he's aiming for that WZ132a 1-4 by pushing the, I think it's the T key. Matchy pulls back behind the bush and fires just in case he can land a lucky shot on the unspotted Chinese Tier 9 heavy tank. Only one Tier 10 tank left on the enemy side, which is the Fock 155. A lot of advice being given to SVBB. I don't know what that stands for. Maybe it should be SU. Maybe it's sub. Matchy, give some good advice. Show a bit of patience. We don't need to. There's still 9.5 minutes left on the cap timer, on the battle timer. We don't need to just YOLO in. If somebody does YOLO down here towards this WZ132a 1-4, all these tanks that were last spotted up here in the northeast, they could all be down here. They could just run into an ambush. Of course, the AMX-30 at Tier 9, not known for its armour. It was an enjoyable tank. It's a long time ago when I had that tank, and it's an enjoyable tank to play. It's a little bit different to the auto loading. Not a little bit different. It's amazingly different compared to the auto loading like the Batchats and that line. T55A deciding to not go back to the garage and try his luck at the next battle, but instead blame Matchy for... Matchy's picked up 2 kills. He's picked up 1,000 damage, nearly 17 assisted damage, and unfortunately, this is a reason why my son wants to play this. He's only 10 years old, and this is a reason why I really don't want him to start playing yet, because the chat can get quite toxic at times. Puts another shot towards the Mouskin, who's no longer lit. WZ T54 lightweight gets seen. Matchy shoots again, just misses. That would have been the kill shot. Tries to aim. Of course, they're pretty quick and nimble, and they're those Tier 9 Russian light tanks. It looks like artillery just fired towards the T54 lightweight as well, which is always a bit of a gamble. Matchy looking around. Where can I see these tanks? Where are they? Fires another blind shot. He's liking the blind shots today. We'll see how he goes on the post-game battle results. 6-4 is the score. MatchyHK from Raise Clan in the Chinese Tier 9 light tank, the WZ132a. He's on 996 damage. He's only caught 1 shot. That's from the T54 lightweight earlier on in the game. He's platooned up with his old mate Pang Pang from LIHK KG. Maybe he's from Hong Kong as well. Pretty sure Matchy's in Hong Kong. Pretty sure that's what the HK stands for. And don't forget to check him out on Twitch. He does stream quite regularly, I believe. And he interacts pretty well with the viewers as well. Puts a nice shot into the mouse gun. The Object 261 picks up the kill on the Tier 9 German heavy tank. Probably the most heavily armoured enemy tank in this game. You can see the Strichwagen 103 started to try and cap, but got taken out by the Skoda. And the Centurion 71 picks up the kill on the T54 lightweight, which was he was pretty low health. He was running around the middle not so long ago. Chat still going off. That T55A player still not going back to the garage. .85 the score. MatchyHK has decided, with 6 minutes left, 6 and a bit minutes left on the clock, now he's decided now's the time to go and try and flush these tanks out. He does get spotted. What could have spotted him before he spotted them? Clearly that enemy WZ132a. He cops a shot from the Conqueror. You'll be hoping his platoon mate can put a shell into the British heavy tank. Looks like that SU-12254 might have found Matchy's way as well, but he's getting out of there. He picked up some more assisted damage there into the SU-12254, the T-54 and the Conqueror in that little run. And of course he did cop that one shot from the British heavy tank. 8-5's the score. He's on 2714 assisted damage, 1709 damage done. Lots of tanks in the north, but none of those tanks in the north have got any vision, so they can't really go on the cap. That's what happened with that TD not so long ago. Matchy gets spotted, picks up a little bit of assisted damage from the arty splash that went towards that Conqueror. That Conqueror is still stunned. Another 409 went into the British heavy tank, and maybe Matchy's thinking that's enough. I might try and get behind him. Looking around for a shot on the British heavy tank, the Conqueror. Of course, a lot of players running around in the Conqueror because patch 920 or soon after the FV215B will be changed. It'll become a special tank, they're calling it. Oh, there you go. That looks good. Unfortunately, he just tracks the Conqueror. Did he get spotted then? I'm not sure if he did. That shot goes through, picks up some more assisted damage as well. One more shot should do it to get rid of the British heavy tank. He does it. That's 3 kills for MatchyHK. I wonder if that T55A driver is still going to call him a noob. 3 kills for MatchyHK, which is more than anybody else in his team's got. Oh, he's looking at that FOC. That looks fantastic. Puts a shot in before his platoon mate, SVBB, picks up the kill. 10-6 is the score. Now that E75 who was in the north, he went down. He clearly tried to trip the cap, and it didn't go down too well for him. Get Gold from Juice Clan. That's a pretty cool in-game name for the SU-12254. Matchy picks up some more assisted damage into these tanks. 11-6 is the score. He's on 3,500 assisted damage, nearly 2,800 damage done. With the score on 11-6, he doesn't want to miss out on any of this damage. There's that WZ, which was last WZ132a, which was last spotted down in the south. He clearly moved all the way back up around. 11-7's the score. They haven't won this yet. They're looking good, but they certainly haven't won this yet because these guns are out of the game. Centurion 7-1, I'm not sure if he's getting shots, but Matchy and his platoon mate SVBB is saying, come on, we've got this. The Object 430 Mark II comes in. Pang, pang. He just sounds like a really nice bloke. Pang, pang. It just sounds clearly got a sense of humour. That just sounds pretty cool. The T55A player is still in the chat, calling the platoon a noob platoon. Let's see how he goes. Squawk 77. Looks like Matchy's going to get the Skoda. He does. That's 4 kills to MatchyHK. 3,500 damage done, 3,500 assisted. And now it's time to farm some more damage on this SU122-54 is down to 167 health. Bang Bang kills the WZ132a-4. The Grill kills the SU12254. And in the end, the scoreboard doesn't really reflect how close that game was, 15-7. Now, in that performance, MatchyHK from RageClan picked up his second mark of excellence on the Chinese Light Tank the WZ132a. He also got an Ace Tanker Mastery badge. Didn't get any aces for those missions, but he certainly had an absolute ripper. Spotter medal, not spider. Fighter, 5 for effect. Pascucci's medal for getting the 2 artillery kills. Yoshiho Tamad's medal for killing 2 arties in a light tank that destroyed enemy vehicles. Must be at least 2 tiers higher. That must be, there's something wrong with that one, because there's nothing that's 2 tiers higher than the 132a. And of course the patrol duty for all that assisted damage. Let's have a look at the second page of the post-game battle results. Squawk 77 in the T55A, 0 damage done for his 5 shots. And he calls this platoon, the platoon that's at the top of the table, he was calling them noobs all the way. MatchyHK from RageClan, the WZ132a, the Chinese Tier 9 light tank, 3,914 damage, 4 kills, nearly 1,400 base experience, 29 shots fired, 16 hit, 14 went through, 3,500 assisted. Bang Bang had a ripper as well, 2,800 blast, nearly 700 assisted, and SVBB in the AMX30 didn't have a bad game at all. Matchy cost him a few credits there, premium consumables again, and I think he was firing a bit of APCR around, especially during those tight parts of the battle. But not only an ace tanker, a second marks of excellence in the WZ132a. No idea what this Yoshiho Tamad's medal means. That's probably been changed with the introduction of light tanks going to tier 9 and to tier 10. But there you go, an absolute ripper, foursome, 4 battles featuring MatchyHK from RageClan. Make sure you check him out on Twitch. Hell of a nice guy, an absolutely fantastic tanker, and 4 really good games. Well done on getting those missions too. That's absolutely fantastic. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the replays, Matchy. Take care, and see you all next time.